Hello everyone! Today I'm going to do a review on the Locket Tattoo Foundation by Kat Von D. When I first got this foundation, I went to Sephora, but I didn't get a sample first. I just bought it because I was so excited, and as you can see about the packaging, it's so enticing when you look at
this. You're like, oh my god, it's so gorgeous, it's going to be perfect, I know it.
It retails for, I believe, $36, and if not, I'll have it right here, what the price actually is. So, I went to go get it, and I bought it, and I went home, and I tried it out right away. And the way I apply foundation is I dot it on my face first, and then I go in with a beauty blender. And when I did that, I took one pump, put it on one side of my face, and I dotted it, and then I went in with my beauty blender, and I was
like, oh my god, this isn't blending at all.
So I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Like, why are people loving this so much? Like, it wasn't blending, and it wasn't working, and I was just like, oh my god. I immediately put it away. I was like, I didn't want to think about this. I'm so upset that this one didn't work. And I pulled it out a couple days later, and I was like, you know what, I really should try this again. I probably am just being stupid and I didn't apply it right. So when I pumped it out, I was like, I'm so stupid. Look how thick this is compared to all of my other foundations. So what I decided to do was I pumped a little bit out onto my hand, and I took it, I put it on my face and kind of smeared it a little bit just to kind of thin it out, and then I went in with my beauty blender, and I found that that worked really, really well. Just thinning it out a little bit, just because I think what was happening was the product was going right into the sponge and kind of just like, I don't know, just like slopping on my face. It just wasn't blending. So one really good tip for this foundation is you should kind of feather it out on your face first and then go in with either, your brush or your sponge. The primer I use underneath this is the Tarte Poreless primer, and I find that that's a really good primer because when you put it underneath, I find that this makes my pores look a little larger when I apply this. So having that base is really helpful because it doesn't make my pores look so big, and also it's more of a slicker primer, and I find that this is kind of hard to blend, so I find that when I have that primer on underneath, it's way easier to blend this around it. On the back, it does say that it is full coverage, 24-hour wear, transfer resistant, matte finish, fragrance free, and oil free. Now this is definitely full coverage. It's very thick. It's I'm not usually a big fan of thicker foundations, but what I find is that you need nothing. When this pumps out, you're like, oh, just a dinky little, that's nothing. That's not even a lot at all. But that is all you need, trust me. It goes onto your hand and you're like, okay, and then you take a little bit and you smear it, and a lot goes a long way, so you're smearing it and it really is going onto your entire face. Compared to my CoverGirl Stay Fab, it is, I use 2 pumps of that and put it all on my face. I only need 1 pump. I usually need 2 pumps of foundation, and this one I only need 1 pump, and it covers everything. This is a heavy duty, really good. I wouldn't wear it every day. I have been wearing it every day, but I wouldn't wear it every day. I feel like it's a really good special occasion type. And as for it being a 24-hour wear, I haven't worn it for 24 hours, but I do have it on my face right now, and I've been wearing it since 8 a.m. and it is now, let's see what time it is. It is now 5:17. So I've been having it on my face for 9 hours. So it's been a really long time, and I feel like it looks pretty good for being that long. So the next thing it says is it's transfer resistant. And I do believe that this is transfer resistant. I was actually blowing my nose today. It's kind of gross, but I was blowing my nose today and nothing came out on my nose. And that is the first place that products break down, is my nose. And the next thing it says is that it's a matte finish, and I definitely agree with that. I do have oily skin, and I do believe that it is a matte finish. It stays matte for a really long time. I still don't feel oily after 9 hours. I have not blotted once. I haven't used powder once. This is really, it feels very comfortable on the skin. You don't feel like your oils are trapped. It keeps you matte all day, and I do definitely believe that. Fragrance free. Yeah, I do believe it's fragrant. I never really noticed that, but yeah, there is no fragrance, which is great because I am acne prone. So that does concern me when foundations have fragrance because sometimes that breaks me out. And this has not breaking me out, which is really great because it's hard to find foundations that don't break you out. And last, it says it's oil free, which goes kind of with the matte finish, and it keeps you not oily all day. As for how much is in here, it's 1 fluid ounce, which is the standard amount for foundation. So that's not that exciting. It looks like you get more actually in this packaging because it is a little bigger, but you don't get that much more. But like I said, all you need to do is use a very little bit, and it takes you, and you can have this for like a year. Seriously, I've had this for a couple months already, and I mean I haven't really used it every single day or anything, but it does last you a pretty long time. Now, as for packaging, like I said, it is gorgeous. I love the packaging. Like I said, it also can be a little bulky, but that's okay. It could be a lot bulkier too. I do like that it's a pump and it doesn't get messy. So up here, if you're storing it, nothing you can do will like pump it out so it gets all messy and stuff. But when you do pump this out, you pump it on, like I pump it onto my hand, and a lot of times since it's so thick, it kind of gets stuck to this part of the foundation applicator thingy. So it kind of gets dried around this part right there. But that's not that big of a deal. All I gotta do is clean it. I'm just lazy. I wouldn't use it for everyday use. I have been, but I've been really enjoying it lately. So that is it for my review. I hope that you guys found this helpful. And if you like these type of videos and you want me to do more, just like this video or comment down below. And yep, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys.